and I sculpted this. Of course, I sculpted it several years ago and molded it. The mold is already here. I can mold it as many times as I want. So this is the Patriot that we're making right now.
And traffickers, unfortunately, are exploiting that and are accepting that person for who they are, but then asking them to do things that they don't want to do. And so it really is this situation that when we're thinking about resources, not just everyone knowing what they are, but all of us as a team putting our faces out there so people know that we're here and we're a safe space to reach out.
Do you have people who go out on the streets and do outreach work?
We do. The Salvation Army does, and I know the Lighthouse does as well. There are a couple different agencies throughout this community off the streets that reach out that do street outreach. We're actually working with a couple other different agencies to do different types of outreach. So again, recognizing that not every community has those tracks that we talked about where there's commercial sex happening on the street. Some communities it's in the hotels, so we work with Cincinnati Police Department, the FBI, and other agencies to partner on doing outreach in those locations. But we also are working with some other agencies like Cincinnati Interfaith Worker Center and others to do outreach as it relates to migrant labor as well and day labor, because recognizing that foreign nationals who are being exploited, again, might not be at the same places as where we're going for street outreach, and we might need to make sure that there's some people who speak some different languages just in case that there are some language language barriers there. So we've been starting, couple different outreach programs that are in the works, but I know other agencies do as well.
Wonder, it's obvious it's tough to identify child sex trafficking, but are there any signs that people should be looking for, any things that they should be especially aware of that might give them clues that this is what's happening?
Well, I think the children would typically get victimized. They might be, we've had cases come up to our attention that actually the young child, young woman that's now pregnant. But I think the things that John and Aaron have echoed, have said this, isolation.
tweet. In fact, I see Senator Booker right now looking at his Twitter feed. You're quite active there. I thought it was really interesting how I've been following your Twitter feed, how somebody asked you, are you running for VP? And you responded, if you are referring to vegan person, because I believe you're vegan, is that right?
Yes.
Then you're correct, or something like that. Well, let me just ask you, politicians typically write memoirs when they are campaigning for something, and your name has been bandied around for both a running mate with Secretary Hillary Clinton, and you've been campaigning with her, and more recently your name has been mentioned in conversation as people talk about possible replacements for Justice Antonin Scalia on the Supreme Court.
Interrelated in an intimate way in this one destiny that we have, and that we are so weak as a nation when we're divided. We accentuate our weaknesses and we expand them when we focus on differences of race, religion, politics, the whole thing. But if we add to our strength when we recognize our bonds between each other and how much we really need each other.
You're a mayor and a senator.
Yes. Look, the governor and I have disagree on so much. I could write a dissertation on my disagreements with him. But I was the mayor of the largest city in the state, and he was the governor of the state. And I had Democrats get mad at me for my friendship with him, and I could have made a lot of base folks often happy by holding press conferences and criticizing him and becoming the biggest champion of attacking the governor or criticizing the governor and speaking out. But you understand, I was a mayor of Newark during one of its toughest times when it was an economic free fall, because when the country is in a recession, inner cities often face depression-level problems. And when he was elected in 2009, the urgency was not for me to politically bash him, but it was to find things that we could do to help people in my city. And right now, Newark is experiencing its biggest economic development boom since the 1960s, creating jobs, apprenticeship programs for my kids in Newark, good union jobs, new hotels where we're because of our first source legislation, which are hiring my residents to work there. It's just so many good things are happening that could not have happened unless I had a partnership with him. And so it was just a style that I decided to.
And then for blacks and whites that are arrested for the same crime, an African American, again, this is data we can argue about what to do about it, we can't argue about the facts, is you're going to get about a 20% longer sentence just based on the color of your skin. And so we've got to say that that's not reflective of us as a country, nor does it help us as a nation, because when a young black man has got a job and is doing great things, they actually add to the strength of a whole. If they don't have those opportunities, I'll tell you, one of the greatest wastes of taxpayer dollars every year is this exploded criminal justice system that's gone up in the federal level percentage of GDP. Many countries spend much more, except in one area where Americans have been investing like crazy, attacks on all of us, which we were building about a new prison and stamps. They have so many bars on what they can do that we shouldn't be shocked that recidivism rates are upwards around 75%. And so that now costs us more and drives more people not towards, hey, I got a job. When we now know data shows people come out of prison and get a job are far less likely to recidivate. And so now we're making ourselves less safe, because when somebody recidivates, it means they do more crime. So I can tell you how it hurts every American, all of us in some way. But what are we doing about it, which I think is the important part of the question, is the first policy conversation I had. I raised my hands for my oath on that auspicious day of Halloween 2013. And then shaking hands with senators, and Rand Paul comes over to me, and I grab his hand and shake it, and we start talking about, hey, we got to do something about this. And so I've introduced legislation on what I consider so many of the aspects of this problem, many of them ridiculous, like we do things in this country that other countries, human rights organizations, call torture, like putting children in solitary confinement, which there's a near consensus of psychologists and others who talk about the traumatizing effect, how it can stimulate and create mental illness. Majority of suicides of young people in prison are those who are in solitary. I come to conclude that life is about purpose and not position. And I in my book I talk about having this master plan for my life.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're fastidious in your childhood with the whiteboard in college, writing down your goals, coming up with a 5-year plan. That's why, quite frankly, it makes me wonder what your plan is, your next 5-year plan.
Yeah, I hope people read the book and see that about. I just think all these people think that for ambitious people, if you don't have a certainty.